chest opener. So in this particular example, we're gonna go over a Y chest opener. And we have some different examples where we do like a T chest opener, etc. And this is just gonna vary a little bit depending on what limitations you have going on in that shoulder joint, and then what muscle groups you have associated from the front of the body that cross that shoulder joint. So we're just trying to hit our chest in a little bit of different angle and then create a little bit more relative rotation in that shoulder joint, and to get into a little bit more of an overhead position again, which creates more shoulder blade mobility. So the first example, or the intro video that you saw, is just me on my back, just laying in that position where I'm focusing on breathing through my belly, relaxing, trying to keep my entire spine in contact with the ground. And then we can also do it with the foam roller here to elevate my entire body off the ground to get even further, to further amplify that stretch effect through that shoulder joint. So when I get set up, your setup's gonna vary a little bit depending on what angle you're gonna be at. You're gonna try to find what area has the greatest limitation, meaning where do you feel the biggest stretch at, and that's the spot that you're gonna hit. We don't wanna be in a full overhead position, so we're kind of playing with our angle to where that's a T. We're in between a T and in between a full overhead position. So when I go to the ground, I like to do it with my knees bent. I can kind of help push my tailbone or tuck my tailbone under me. And then I'm going out at a 45-degree angle. And simply what I'm doing is I'm trying to maintain contact on the ground from my tailbone all the way to my head. And I'm going palms up toward the ceiling. And I'm just relaxing into this position to where I'm trying to get my entire upper arm, my forearm, and the back of my hand to come all the way down to the ground to where I'm relaxed, while maintaining those points of contact along my spine. Now, for somebody that gets in this position after a few minutes, and it's really, really easy, you can take like a beach towel and roll it up the long way, put it in the middle of your spine, lay back on it. That's great. That's a little bit less forgiving, and it doesn't raise you up as high as doing a foam roller. If you have access to a half foam roller, that's great as well. That works. And then if you need to go all the way up to something like a foam roller, you can certainly do that. So you want it to be right at your tailbone, and then you're gonna come down to where it's centered. My head is supported, and then I'm going out into that position. Now for here, for most people, really the point of emphasis is gonna be able to get the back of your hands to the ground. You're obviously not gonna be able to get your upper arm and your forearm all the way down to the ground, because now I'm a couple inches off the surface of the ground. So again, low back pushed into the ground, just relaxing into this position, focus about breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth, trying to feel my belly rise with each breath. It's okay to feel a stretch. What you should not feel is any sort of pain that's going through that shoulder joint.